Bitch, what?
Hello, my name is Cedric, and along with my beautiful wife, Connie, we'll be hosting my brand new podcast, That's What I Said. I'm a retired Navy veteran that suffers from PTSD and anxiety, and we'll discuss how I cope with the mental illness through comedy and discussion. It's a podcast that will talk about everything from cryptocurrency to comedy. If we're worrying about the dollar going up and down, up and down, up and down, and it's still a dollar, guess what? The value of that means absolutely nothing. Cryptocurrency in itself is the future of money. From spirituality to cannabis. To have cannabis on the Schedule 1 list is bullshit. I'm sorry, it is. It makes absolutely no sense. If it's a seed that can be planted and it has healing properties in it, why the hell is it in Schedule 1? Last time I checked, cocaine don't have healing property in it. From interracial relationships, I don't have a problem with people talking about interracial relationships. People try to talk bad about my interracial relationship just to think that they can get under my skin. I mean, really, it don't bother me. I mean, let's not make, call a spade a spade. But if you have a problem with someone that's in love, it shouldn't matter the race of the person. It's mental illness in our community. The problem is people want to put labels on it. Everybody wants to put color on everything. And as soon as you put color on it, it gets treated differently. The money gets treated funny. Because if it's dealing with Asians, guess what? It's going to take a longer process unless those leaders step up and get into the president's face or U.S. leaders' face and say, this is a problem in our community. Not leaving one topic unturned. If you want to hear real, authentic conversation, interviews, and comedy, please take time to listen to That's What I Said, because I said what I said.
Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filter. Listen to That's What I Said. Available on your favorite podcast platform.
That's What He Said with Cedric D. Sanders.
100% real, raw, and uncut. Deadass.
Welcome to another episode of That's What I Said with your host, Cedric Sanders. Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filter. The broadcast starts now.
Which way?
Cedric D. Sanders.
Which way?
They probably just eat ass with a baby spoon.
Which way?
That's what he said. That's what he said. Yeah. 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 That's what he said.
That's not my fault.
What's good, everybody? Hope everybody enjoying their Saturday as always. Y'all tuned in to the only broadcast you should be tuned into, actually the podcast. That's What I Said. It's your boy Cedric D. Sanders live, like always, on a Saturday night around that 8:30 time period on the East Coast. What's good, everybody? Hope everybody's enjoying their Saturday, their whole weekend. What's good, baby? How you doing over there? You already the co-host and you ain't saying nothing. You just came right on in. What's good?
What's good? What's popping, everybody? Thanks for joining us on Saturday evening. It's hot on the East Coast, boy. This humidity and these damn bugs, they gotta go somewhere else. They can't be over here. Get out.
Yeah, it's been kind of ratchet when it comes to the insect population around here. It just seems like as soon as the temperature gets into the swamp nut degrees, it just
He said swamp nut.
it just dumbass gets. I'm just saying it's ridiculous. I mean,
for real,
it's stupid, and
it get close to 80, and them damn bugs want to just be.
Yeah, just hitting you.
Yeah,
you can't even just enjoy the scenery of being outside. It's just it's stupid. Nope. So peace and love to y'all. Hope everybody's enjoying their Saturday. We just about to get started with the That's What I Said podcast being joined on Spreaker.com. Download the app or log in, start an account and go on to Spreaker.com, search for That's What I Said, and join the group, follow. You get notifications anytime and every time that I do a live podcast, which I do my live podcast every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you'll never know what I'm going to talk about. You really don't. I also go live on my Facebook. As soon as I go live, it automatically, bam, pulls up to Facebook. So here I am, world. So tonight's topic is, I said it in my Facebook post when I was kind of promoting that I was doing my podcast, and I put in there, what tonight's topic is. Of course, you can't want to change when you want to blame. You can't want to change when you want to blame. We're gonna talk about it, y'all. But first, as always, we gotta talk about some trending trash. So, without further ado, I gotta play the trending trash theme music. All right, trending trash.
Man.
What you got over there?
What do I got? Boy, there's been a lot happening in the world. There really has. The Johnny Depp, Amber Heard thing.
Whew.
Lord.
I ain't gonna lie. I had a notification. Just show you how ratchet I am, y'all. I ain't gonna even lie. I ain't shit. I ain't shit for real.
You eat ass with a baby spoon.
So I actually had notification when the jury was gonna come back and they had a decision. And the reason why I had it set up is because it just happened coincidentally that the court case was actually up north from where we live.
Yeah.
So I was more intrigued by it. I mean, who's not a Johnny Depp fan?
Right.
And hearing the stuff that she was saying, I don't know. I was tripped out. I was really tripped out. I ain't gonna even lie. I was caught in the moment. I was caught in these reality streets, y'all. Y'all caught me. Y'all got me. Shit. I was in these reality streets. But how could you not want to listen when you know what the truth was? Just based off of what, Johnny Depp has been saying.
Yeah.
And to hear him be who he is.
Unapologetically.
Oh my God.
Man.
I should have had that pulled up.
I know.
There's a sound bite from a text message, I believe, or an email. I don't want to get it wrong, so it's one of the two.
I believe you said it was a text message when we were listening to it.
Yeah, I think it was. And it was a text message about the case. And I want to say it was sent to his lawyer or maybe his friend or something. I don't know. Anyway, it got to the point where because they're divorced.
Correct.
They've been divorced for 2 years now, I think, since.
Something like that, yeah.
And this text message was the most boss text message I've ever heard in my life.
That shit was out of control, but so real. I was like, damn.
So, not to cut off trending trash, but I have to talk about what I'm sipping on. And I've been trying to do this every podcast, and I failed.
I was just about to ask you, so what you got in that cup, sir?
So, in the glass tonight is Uncle Nearest 1884. For those that are not bourbon drinkers, I have me a bourbon maybe once a week, maybe twice. And it is a very smooth bourbon. this Uncle Nearest, do some research and look into it. It is by far one of the best. Anywho, not a sponsorship, of course, but you know, just a casual conversation on That's What I Said on the podcast and what we have conversations about. So, what else was going on in trending trash outside of the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard deposition? I guess you said it actually was a defamation case where he won $10.5 million or $15 million, and she won $2 million, which really he didn't lose any money.
Correct.
So anyway, okay. So what else?
So the other stuff that's in trending trash, I mean, fresh, hot off the streets, Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan splitting. What?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. He was 35. She's what, 25? So
something. Yeah.
I think there is a maturity factor as well as a factor of somebody wanting to settle down, whereas someone was probably not.
They wasn't ready yet.
They weren't ready to settle down.
He was in it for the long haul, and she wasn't ready yet. I don't think
she was ready yet, but they made a great couple. I just think that, you know, this is a devastating opportunity for both of them, and you know, I know they're both heartbroken because that's what I've been reading as well.
Right.
But this actually speaks to him as a man, and it actually speaks to her as a woman as well. Because, I mean, when you're not ready, you're not ready.
Yeah.
Don't force that person. But if that person's still going to love you and respect you because of your decision,
right?
How could you not respect that person for even just making the decision to say, okay, look, I know where I'm at in life. You're not there yet, and I get it. But I can't be with somebody that's not on the same level as me.
Yeah.
And it's not a hit towards you. Because I was you.
Right.
But how come we can't have more men or more women having these conversations? Peace and love to everybody that's joining on the on Facebook. I'm actually just now paying attention. Shout out to my brother Sensei in the building. I love you, my brother. Oh yeah, you already know. You already know, brother. If you do have that drink, we will not even. It's not even a conversation, brother. I'm gonna have one on your birthday anyway. You already know that. What is good with my brother here, Mr. Banks? Y'all hear about the teenager who got 24 felonies for threatening a sheriff over the Young Thug YSL arrest in Atlanta?
Wow.
Mr. Banks, I have. And I'm going to say this. Subsequently, I get into these real life. They kind of call them celebrities, but really they're celebrities in what we call hood, but really they're in our black communities. And I was watching the one, there was one in particular, and it happened in Philly. And the kid was a phenomenal boxer.
Oh.
And was to the point where he was going to go professional, but it didn't go the way he wanted it to go. And he needed to make money because at the time where he was living in Philly, it was not just, you know, great living situations. So he ended up, you know, going to the street, selling drugs, and became well known. And you know how people are in that game. They get jealous. And somebody was jealous because he was considered, if not the kingpin to run the organization, because he was actually handpicked by the kingpin of the organization to be brought in to the levels that he was brought into. And then when some jail time happened for that person and reins had changed, it ended up being somebody that did not respect him or like him, mainly because he was bringing in more money on his side of the tracks than the other guy was, and he ended up getting killed.
Damn.
And everybody believed it was that guy that was the head of the organization. And I was just like, you know what? These are the things that have been created during the drug wars, because this happened in the 90s. And a lot of people don't know about it or even talk about it because it happened in Philly, you know what I'm saying? And everybody grows up in different places, so they may not have never heard of that story.
Yeah.
But it impacted a lot of things when it comes to the drug game, and just an awareness of what was going on during that time, because they knew how these people were becoming rich and buying these cars.
Yeah.
And they allowed this shit to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a stat that was just really kind of just like, and y'all ain't done shit about it, and y'all wonder why we think it's a conspiracy. So I need to have that damn conspiracy music in my damn soundbite, because this is going to be one of my conspiracies that y'all hear on the podcast live. I believe that they allowed the drug activity to go on in our communities for as long as they have, because they knew that they were going to be successful. And this is why I say this. A drug empire had a life cycle that was tracked by the FBI. Tracked. 4 years was a life cycle of a successful drug empire. 4 years before it came crumbling down with RICO, because it was a lot of murder. Because they knew what the cycle was going to happen. You have a drug empire, somebody's going to get jealous and they're going to start shooting, and then it's going to be a turf war, or there's going to be someone out of the city that's jealous that may supply or know something about it, and they're going to do something about it. They knew what the life cycle was. They just like, we're going to wait until it speeds up before we actually get in there and do something about it.
Yeah, and let me retract most. Some police officers were actually involved in those drug empires.
I mean, there's corruption everywhere, and I don't want to stretch this into a conspiracy theory podcast. However, I will say this. There has been activity that has grown since the 90s, or actually, I'll even take it a step further, since the early 70s. We have gotten into a situation that was put on us. Let's give some Black history. Because 10 years after slavery was supposed to be abolished, that abolishment kind of went away through the presidency. Mm-hmm. So 10 years after slavery was abolished, basically is when you started seeing the white supremacy come out. When they realized, they didn't actually know it was white supremacy, but this is, as historians have done their due diligence, realized that this is when white supremacy was created. Because the South and the Jim Crow South? You think we're going to let some free slaves come out here and find work and live? No.
Yeah.
So, anywho, I don't want to get in this long ass conversation because we can go a whole good hour and a half on this. But
right. The only other thing I was going to bring up on the training part was, touching on the topic that we talked about last week, with the mass shootings and things. Like, this shit is just out of fucking control.
Yeah.
Like, to the point of, holy shit, when is this gonna stop? Like, they just literally today I believe it was today, might have been yesterday. Another hospital, this time in LA, a guy went in there and stabbed up like 4 people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, they shooting, they stabbing folks, they just going on trying to kill as many people as they can.
This
For what?
I really don't want to go there. You know,
I know.
it's not that it's a family show, but it's a reality show. It's a podcast that I want to, without a shadow of a doubt, not lose who I am in the conversation and be somebody else. So
Right.
I have to be Cedric. So that means that where's my button? Because it's about to get kind of ratchet. So we have gotten to a point that we don't necessarily think about the safety of our own people. Okay. We're not going to make this a race thing, but I'm going to mildly make it about a race thing to make you guys understand the level of where I'm coming from. See, a lot of people don't realize that African Americans have been actually fighting for not just 40 acres and a mule, because that was taken away from us during that 10-year process of us being free by a certain president. Everybody think this reparations thing is actually a go. I'm going to tell you my thoughts on why it's not going to be a go. We've been fighting since the end of slavery to just be recognized as equal.
Yeah, I was going to say the equality piece is what y'all been fighting for and can't even fucking get that.
Well, we can't even get through that piece with our own people. Okay? We get jealous when someone else is doing better than us. So it's easy to just take that person out and watch their empire fall down so they can continue to doing the bad shit they're doing. Now, everybody has a guilty pleasure or a guilt that eats them away, and some people suppress it by certain type of addictions. Yeah. Rather it's alcohol, drugs, whatever the case may be. The reason why is because that's the easiest direction for the income bracket that they put people in that are dealing with this type of shit. Mind you, it's June. We could talk about its mental health awareness month and post-traumatic stress awareness, PTSD awareness month. But this is not that type of mental health. Maybe some of it is, maybe some of it's not. But I will say this. You can't, without a shadow of a doubt, say to me that these mass shootings is all mental health, when a lot of it has to be taught to you. You can't be taught to hate a black man when you have never met one.
Right.
And even if you've met one, where did you meet him at? And I don't mean geographical location. Where did you meet him at in his life?
Yeah.
What was going on in his life? Because people don't realize black people deal with more stress than any race in the whole entire world. Upon birth. Upon birth. This is something that a lot of people don't even realize. Upon birth, you're judged unless you were born in a black hospital. And then people that say that people that are all black, they've been grown up in a black community and never been around white people, whatever the case may be. It's like they get taught that the white man is bad. Based on all the oppression and everything that our black people have been through for all these years. And do I blame them? No. Is it racist? No. Because guess what white people are doing?
Same thing.
The same shit. This is a perpetual cycle of bigotry that will never fucking stop. one is valid. The other one, not so much. I want y'all to pick that shit. Y'all can figure that piece out. I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to get into arguments about it. I'm not going to have people sit there and be like, oh, he's not for us and da-da-da. And you know, he's never for the black people. But really I am, because the real, I think, hard part is the reparation piece, like I was bringing up. See, we have been treated in such a shitty situation that gun rights is never going to be okay for us. Case in point, if I was to go to a gun store and get, say I wanted an AK-47, 2 shotguns, and we get about 4 or 5 9s, I would be able to get that because of where I live. No, it's not predominantly black. And no, it's not because it's predominantly white, because actually it is. It's because there's a sprinkle percentage of Mexicans and there's a sprinkle of Africans out here. And I live in the country.
Yeah, we don't live in a city.
We don't live in the city. Now, think about this. You live in the city and you go to a gun shop and they have to run your background because you want an AK-47. They're going to give it to you because of your age requirement, not because of the color of your skin.
But they're going to ask a whole...
But they're going to ask you a whole lot of questions. Why is that? Because in the city, if you live in the city, you have access to more people than someone that lives in the country. Your accessibility to use that gun to do some other shit is greater in the city than in the country. Yeah. In the country, they automatically think, okay, he's going to probably use it for snakes, bears, and assholes. In the city, it's like, okay, where the fuck does this nigga at? Do he live by a school? Do he live by a courthouse? Do he live by any political figures? Why the fuck are we going to say okay to this motherfucker having an AK-47? We have no reason to not. And they do it. See, people don't want to blame themselves for this, what I'm about to say, and it's going to be controversial. I don't give a fuck. This is why people are starting to question the gun laws. Equality. They want to make sure that equality takes precedence during this process. It should not be a difference in why a black man can't have access to a gun than a white man. But we physically can't get that shit together. Because we have white cops that shoot unarmed black men. We have blacks killing blacks. We have whites killing whites.
Yeah.
But the statistical number is out there that more whites die more so than blacks. But in a community setting, when that figure is broken down, blacks per capita kill each other more than any other race outside of Mexicans. And we don't want to talk about the cartel. So anyway.
Yeah, it's just sad. It really is. And it's even sadder at the fact that we have to go out strapped anywhere we go.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we need to actually go and we need to Anyway, so something to keep in mind. That was it for trending trash?
Yeah, I think that's...
I got one for trending trash you didn't bring up, and I'm going to bring up. Go ahead. What was you about to say? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, baby.
No, you good. You good. I think my heart just... It gets caught up in the sad reality that we're in right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a scare tactic but to tell people to protect themselves, but the reality is a lot of people live in situations that they really can't protect themselves, and it's not because of not being able to find a place to stay. It's because of the income barrier
Right.
that they're trying to push through. So they have to be in a place that they can feel safe and their kids can feel safe. Other people don't look at that factor. They look more so at what they can afford, not because of where they like to live.
Right.
And it just so happens that where they live, they have to like where they live because that's all they can afford.
True.
And it's like, everybody's like, no, you said the opposite when you said what you just said. But now when you said what you just said, it sounds like, damn, I didn't think about that. Well, think about it. Like, really think about it. People living in the situations that they live in is not because that's their only option. That's really the only option that can be presented to them when their optionless thinking is not going forward in life. Meaning you can't sit there and judge somebody based off of where they have to live based off of the situation that they're in. We go through situations all through our life.
All the time.
And can't nobody just sit there and just judge you based off of those situations that was dealt to you. Yeah, everybody says, oh, no, you can just sit down and make a decision. What a decision is this. Don't dwell in it. Grow in it.
Yeah.
Means don't sit there and feel like because you're in this situation that this is how I have to live my life. No, you're living that life because this is what's been dealt to you. Now, how can you produce a better situation so that you can be out of that life is all up to you. Yeah. I mean, we could give suggestions, but at the same time, are you going to listen to them? 90% of the people won't. They won't.
Rest in peace to all those people that have been, their lives been taken far too soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Far too soon.
It's almost that almost, I don't know. I was thinking about this a couple of days ago. I was like, you know what we should do is propose that we get schools to do a video lip syncing or actually having kids sing We Are the World. And it not be a hunger song, but it be a song of
just for peace.
Not just peace. We need to figure this out. Like, for real, we weren't created to be amongst each other to fight all the damn time.
Yeah.
Because we don't like the way you look.
Yeah, where's the unity?
It doesn't matter if your skin darker than mine or lighter than mine. Nope. You're my brother, my sister. Just because my upbringing is different than yours, you learned to live off the land and rely on it, whereas I didn't because of where I was living at. I was living on the land, fighting for it, literally.
Right.
Whereas you was probably given the land or inherited the land or whatever the land, you got the land that you're in. And it's like, you can't respect the fact that we can't be given that land unless we buy it, but we can't buy it when we're not equally looked at like everyone else is. So how are we supposed to have these opportunities to where we have the money and get the money and be able to just live the way we want to live without being judged? We can't.
Yeah.
We can't.
That's sad.
So
It really
let's move
is.
on. Let's move on. Because
Yeah.
I will talk about this shit all night. Let's move on. Tonight's topic. Or should I talk about crypto? Yeah, I'll talk about what the topic is tonight. And then we'll say crypto at the end. Remind me.
Gotcha.
Because I do have 3 cryptocurrencies that I would like to talk about financially. Just to do some research on. All right. We're going to do that. So tonight's topic. Yeah, literally, you get to these positions in life where you could become aware. There are going to be people in your life that don't want to change. They want to blame everybody for why they are who they are. I'm going to actually do something different tonight. I'm actually going to do a feature that I have never done, only because this topic is going to be ratchet. So I'm actually going to do an intermission and play music. And come back. When I come back, please be prepared for two things that's going to happen. Stitches and actually riches in conversation. Because there's going to be an opportunity for people to really actually be able to laugh and learn. All in the same break. You'll be able to be the teacher and the student. All in one conversation. So with that being said, live on the podcast, we're taking the first intermission that we have ever taken. And that's going to be a change because we're going to do this every podcast. And the reason why is because I need to switch the vibe. You got to vibe with your tribe. And when you vibe with your tribe, that means you understand your listeners. So this is the opportunity for everybody to get up, go to the bathroom,
Stretch your legs.
go stretch your legs, go
refresh that drink.
go refresh that drink. Share if you're listening on social media and you have the opportunity to get more people in this, because tonight on the That's What I Said podcast, it's about to go down. I see y'all in exactly 3 minutes. Peace.
That's What He Said with Cedric D. Sanders. That's What He Said with Cedric D. Sanders.
100% real, raw, and uncut. Deadass.
That's what he said with Cedric D. Sanders.
100% real, raw, and uncut. Deadass.
What?
Oh my God!
Jesus Christ.
Hello, my name is Cedric, and along with my beautiful wife Connie, we'll be hosting my brand new podcast. That's what I said. I'm a retired Navy veteran that suffers from PTSD and anxiety, and we'll discuss how I cope with the mental illness through comedy and discussion. It's a podcast that will talk about everything from cryptocurrency to comedy. If we're worrying about the dollar going up and down, up and down, up and down, and it's still a dollar, guess what? The value of that means absolutely nothing. Cryptocurrency in itself is the future of money. From spirituality to cannabis. To have cannabis on the Schedule 1 list is bullshit. I'm sorry, it is. It makes absolutely no sense. If it's a seed that can be planted and it has healing properties in it, why the hell is it in Schedule 1? Last time I checked, cocaine don't have healing property in it. From interracial relationships, I don't have a problem with people talking about interracial relationships. People try to talk bad about my interracial relationship just to think that they can get under my skin. I mean, really, it don't bother me. I mean, let's not make, call a spade a spade. But if you have a problem with someone that's in love, it shouldn't matter the race of the person. It's mental illness in our community. The problem is people want to put labels on it. Everybody wants to put color on everything. And as soon as you put color on it, it gets treated differently. The money gets treated funny. Because if it's dealing with Asians, guess what? It's going to take a longer process unless those leaders step up and get into the president's face or U.S. leaders' face and say, this is a problem in our community. Not leaving one topic unturned. If you want to hear real, authentic conversation, interviews, and comedy, please take time to listen to That's What I Said, because I said what I said.
You eat ass with a baby spoon. Bitch, what?
We back, y'all.
Let's go.
We back, y'all. I need to let that shit ride, because I'm hyped. That shit's hard. Come on, baby. Hey. Hey, 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 hey.
That low down twerk music.
You just said low down twerk music?
Yeah.
Hey, that's that intermission break music. Make sure we play that after every intermission. Hey, hope everybody's chilling out, vibing with us on the podcast, because we about to go in.
Yeah. Let's go.
Can't want to change when you want to blame. Can't want to change when you want to blame. That almost sound like a song, don't it? Wanna. Can't want to change when you want to blame. Can't want to change when you want to blame. Hey. Real talk. You can't want to change when you want to blame. If you have the mentality when you meet people or you have people in your life that they just got to accept me for who I am. If you can't change and you want to blame, that means you blaming somebody for the very person you are today. Not because you didn't elevate it past the bullshit. That's because you're living in it. I think I talked about it a couple of podcasts ago. A lot of people know me. I'll talk about this very topic a lot. Ain't shit ass people. Everybody got a little bit of ain't shit, probably about 5%.
Oh, stuck ass Steve.
I mean, damn. Scuba Steve is stuck ass Steve now?
Yep.
I'm mad she said Scuba Steve is stuck ass Steve because he's stuck in a scuba suit. What's going on with Steve? Don't judge Steve.
He in that perpetual toilet bowl.
I'm done.
Going down.
I'm so mad. He in a scuba suit going in the toilet bowl.
Well,
I mean, rest in peace, Scuba Steve.
for real.
I mean, so what has never been something that I could understand, but I'm aware, is people that have this choice of being stuck and not respecting the fact that people realize that they stuck and they just treat them the way they treat them because they stuck. Because anytime there's something going on, this stuck ass person is always involved in some form or fashion.
Always.
I want y'all to take a picture of like anything that has went bad in a friendship and thought about who in the blue hell was the stuck ass people in my life that just saw this shit and didn't say nothing. Not because of the fact that you know them and you know that they wouldn't just like be like, what in the natural hell is going on? Or you got people that question doing that and they be like, I wouldn't judge them if I was you. No, these are the same people. If you actually ask them a question, they wouldn't say, I wouldn't judge them if I was you. I'd be like, they fucked up and you know it. That's what they really want to tell you, but they really don't want to tell you that because they know you ain't going to accept it. So why tell you?
No, and they want you to find out for your damn self.
That whole part.
I mean, for real.
That whole part.
Because they already know how jacked up that individual is. And they bring you around said jacked up person. And they're going to sit and tell you, oh, that's just how they are. You'll see. And once you get to know that motherfucker better and you see all the bullshit and everything, man, fuck all that. I got to go. Peace out.
It's almost like being in a carpeted room that smell like mop water.
Huh?
Yeah. It's exactly like that. It's like being in a carpeted room. You know it's carpeted and it smells like mop water.
I can't. I'm out.
It's like, why are you even still associating yourself with people like this? And I'm going to tell you why. It's because people that are aware and knowing of who they are, they know what they can tolerate. And it's not even for the entertainment value. It's for the factor of, you know that they're going to try you and you already know what you're going to say. And you already know that even when you say that, it's going to hit them somewhere that they have never been hit before. And it's going to make them do one or two things. Either they're going to keep doing the same stuff that they've been doing. Or it's going to actually make them be like, yo, he just called me out on my shit.
Yeah. I need to go sit down. And think about.
Let me tell you the percentage of the people that actually that happens to.
0.5%.
You know what chiggers look like?
Dude, you know what?
Do you know what chiggers look like?
That's so funny that you bring that up because me and my dad actually was just talking about this. Shout out to my dad. Happy birthday, man. I love you.
Yes. Happy birthday, Willie. Hey, I was literally just talking about this shit to Sissy.
I mean, Dad said the chiggers are out and he done got tore up again. I said, damn.
Do you know what chiggers look like?
I don't know what they look like. I've never seen them.
Ain't they red?
I don't know.
You say you don't know. Shit. I just put my dumbness out there because motherfucker be like, no, they ain't red, nigga. But
hold on.
I was told that they were like red. And I know we can pull that shit up because the art of the studio that we have, it's not really a studio. It's our loft. And right now it's piping hot. So the people on Facebook, if y'all see me doing this, wiping my face and everything else, it's because the upstairs AC decided it wanted to do a strike and say we're going to lay off. I'm sorry. Go ahead, babe.
You are correct. Chiggers are red.
Thank you. So.
And they look like a damn tick.
They do look like a tick. So guess what? Me and Sissy was on the phone. My Sissy, Charlie Lamone. Y'all need to. Hey,
Tap in.
IamLamone.com. Okay?
Boy, if you don't know,
I'ma spell it out. This is her commercial. Let's do the commercial.
You better know.
This is being brought to you by Coffee Cup Conversation.
Sponsored by the 3 C's.
So the 3 C's is the other C, Cedric Connie and Charlie Lamone. Y'all need to go to her website. I am Lamone, LAMONE.com. Okay? You go to this website and the woman has natural face care.
Skin care. Hair care. Beard care. Men, gods, y'all heard me. Beard care. When have you been in the bathroom more than 15 minutes and it's not because you fixing the toilet? Let's be real. Shaking a handle.
This motherfucker still ain't flushing. No, bruh. Go to IamLamone.com and order her beard box. I'm telling you. I just dropped my commercial.
Not be.
I literally just ordered 2 more when I was talking to her earlier.
You will not be dissatisfied at all.
I'm telling you. Go to the website, IamLamone.com. Get your beard box. Get your skin care. Get your hair care. Get your all care. Because she got it there at IamLamone.com. Oh, damn. That was a whole plug. Anyway.
Sure was.
So.
Go ahead, sissy. We love you.
Yes, we do. So I'm going in on the conversation that we originally said we was going to talk about, which is can't want to change when you want to blame. Babe, help me understand something.
Bring it. Let's go.
You can't want to change when you want to blame when you're the first person looking at the new cable network.
Ooh, what's the new cable network?
I'm going to tell you what the new cable network is. Facebook, Instagram. People are in their phones more than anything else.
You're right.
Forget the diet. Forget the bills that need to get paid. Forget that ain't shit friend that ain't shit.
That ain't been shit.
Don't want shit. Always in shit. Can't look at shit. Smell like shit. Always around shit.
Woo.
In the middle of shit. Because they ain't shit. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
We know that they're in their life when we keep them around us because it's not because we think we can heal them. Let's be real. We as spiritual people get to this understanding in life that I'm not going to be your healer. If you can't be your healer, why am I trying to be that? I'm not going to be that. If that's what you're looking for, I'm sorry. The application office is closed. We are not hiring here.
Hold on, where's my denied stamp?
Yes. Where's the denied stamp?
Application denied.
I am not going to be that. We need, as people, I don't care who you share this with, and realize that nobody paid attention to what you shared because you feel like it's great information or good comedy, or you got to a point in your life where you realize, guess what? He is not only saying what I've been thinking, he's actually given the opportunity for people that I don't like to actually pay attention to this shit. I'm just saying.
Nope, you're right.
We get so comfortable in everybody else's bullshit that we accept in our lives that we don't realize that the bullshit we allow them to put in our lives is the same bullshit we just healed ourselves from. And we're not even trying to help this person heal from that shit. You know why? Because we know they're not going to heal from it. Because that was us when we were trying to heal before we actually didn't heal. And then we tried to heal again and we still didn't fucking heal. And then we actually tried again. And we said, this is it. Yeah. This is the time. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And you still didn't fucking do it. And then you actually waited until you got a situation that has made an impact in your life. Then you said, I'm going to heal. And you did that.
It's not I'm going to. It's a I have to.
Mm-hmm. And that's usually what happens in our life.
Right.
All this shit happens, and then we decide, oh, that's the time I need to heal. It's like, nigga, I have athlete's feet, and I will pick that shit until the fungus decides to die. That's exactly what we're doing with our lifestyle when we decide we need to heal. Instead of taking control of that shit and saying, let's do this because I need to. We deny ourselves and feeling like, you know what? I'm going to blame other people for being who I am, not realizing that you're making a comfort zone in the trauma that you choose to live in, and then blaming those said people that have put you through that trauma to make you feel unorthodox or full of shit, when really it's not even about you. You have given somebody motivation to be an asshole to somebody else, and now that said person has kicked this person to the curb. And guess what that person that's on the curb thinking? As I kiss my ankles, I'm going to do somebody the same fucking way. Because it's a cycle for me.
You know, it's fucked up that you just brought that up. It's
Why?
Because my very first ex-husband, I mean, I've been married 3 times. This is it. My first ex-husband, I did that exact same thing. He did me dirty. So the next person that was in my life, I did them dirty.
Yeah.
Because I felt like that's what I needed to do. Because I had been done that way. That was my vindication.
To make you feel better.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was like, I lived in that moment for too long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It got comfortable.
Like,
You got
it
comfortable.
did.
It got
It
comfortable of being, you got comfortable in the fact that, okay, I've been hurt.
For like 2 years, I'd lived in that shit.
Right. And then it's like, oh, hold up. Fuck that. If this is all that's going to happen to me, let me do that to somebody else. Better yet, I'm going to do it to a couple of people. And it's not like you actually felt good about it.
No.
It's like I'm rebelling against what happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
When really, you probably met some good people and you shitted on them.
Right.
And it's not because of the fact that you... See, I'm going to say this. People that have been hurt do 3 things. They evolve from the hurt, or they evolve from the pain and become painful, or the pain that they feel like they can create can be more painful than they actually feel. And when they actually create more pain than they actually feel, they feel good.
Yeah. It's crazy because, like I said, I mean, I did that shit for like 2 years after, you know, he and I got divorced. And I treated any male that I remotely got close to or potentially involved with or what have you, I treated them like shit. And when you brought that piece up, that totally just triggered all that shit back in my memory and was like, damn, you really did do that. So, I mean, that was a great point for you bringing that up because it made me aware and I could speak on my truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't want to speak on their truths.
That's true.
Period.
But they make you who you are. I mean, if you grow through something, you're going to become something. If you can take it, and basically what that's saying means that if you can understand and acknowledge what you've been through and why what you've been through has created the bad person that you know is a bad person, and you've changed from that bad person to be a better person,
right,
then why can't you talk about that? The problem is, the reason why we can't is because the person that recreated is not a creation. That's what they believe. Mm-hmm. It's not a creation. It's who I needed to be.
Yeah.
I was weak. No, you was weak when you decided to create a persona of being somebody that you did not need to create, because the creation that you created is actually a figment of altered reality that we like to call personal disorder. or personal. What do they call that? It's called a personality disorder. Yeah, there you go. It's a personality disorder. It's like what people lean to when other people have been assholes to them, and they feel like they need to be an asshole to the world. No, see, the asshole to the world is you. You need to realize there's assholes that's going to be assholes. Confirm and understand that.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. I don't care where you've been believed to be in life. Assholes are going to be assholes. You're going to run into people that don't believe in what you believe. If you can't accept that, you're going to only accept two things in life. Real or fake. No, real or fake.
No, that's real.
It's like
that's wholeheartedly real.
I'm going to go through some. I'm going to go through some shit that goes through my mind when it comes to real or fake. People have gotten in their feelings when it comes to, and I talked about this earlier, Facebook and Instagram. Mm-hmm. It's the new cable network. It is giving people the reality of being able to have free cable without having to pay for some shit that they think is actually entertainment. Facebook is the reality of people because they will deny the fact that they're addicted to being in their phones.
Yeah.
I'm in my phone more than I have ever been in any device in life, all because of cryptocurrency. Then go ahead.
Prior to your to being in your phone from crypto, what were you in your phone for? Be real. Was it the free cable network?
I can honestly say it was probably the free cable network of Facebook.
Yeah.
Because literally, I find more content on Facebook of people being inconsistently fucked up.
Yeah.
Than anything else.
Yeah.
And you know that.
Right.
Because I will find stuff and I will literally, our house, I will be in the living room, which is downstairs, and I will call my wife, which is upstairs, to come downstairs to look at some ratchet shit that I found downstairs on my phone.
Yes.
And I did that literally like 2 days ago.
No, it was yesterday.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was yesterday. It was yesterday. I'm sorry, world. It was yesterday.
Peace and love, Garrett. Thanks for joining us, fam.
Garrett!
It's good to see you, man.
My brother in the building. Peace and love. I love you, my brother. Matter of fact, I got to talk to you and sis about what I'm talking about right now.
But yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to,
No, you good.
Excerpt from your discussion.
So people have gotten to this position where they have escaped reality to go on Facebook, to listen to other people, talk about some dumb shit that ain't even reality. And then, and only then, where they get to this position. I mean, I got to this point where I wanted to buy a big TV just so I can put Facebook on TV. I got tired of swiping through my phone and looking at my phone because it was small, to where I wanted to swipe through my phone and look at TV while I swiped and be like, oh shit, somebody was live. Because they was live for like 3 hours. It was like a whole show. Literally, I was watching the TV show for 3 hours on somebody's Facebook Live. I was like, what in the entire fuck was I doing?
Yeah.
And people are like taking the opportunity to actually make that an opportunity for their business by doing the same thing.
Yeah, and in most cases, like you see that, a 3 hour long Facebook Live or what have you, or Instagram, whatever it may be, you do realize most people tap out anywhere between the 30-45 minute mark of any conversation.
They typically do fit in the physical, but when it's on the Facebook, when you don't have nobody that call you and like love you and have respect for you because you don't do the same for yourself, these motherfuckers will sit
All motherfucking day.
For 3 hours. Listening to somebody talk about some shit that ain't even true.
And just for why?
I mean, I'm a sit here on live and listen to them talk about a place that you've heard in grade school. Yet they trying to tell you it's a toilet stool. And you know it's not a toilet stool. You know it's not a toilet stool. But they trying to tell you it's a toilet stool. But you like, nah, bruh. You can't tell me that all this time I've been sitting there, I like had dreams that me and Aquaman are chilling with the sharks.
Oh.
And I think it's Atlantis like a mug, you know what I'm saying? But yet, I look in this book, and this book tell me it's not that. Really what it is, it's a nigga cutting hair in the barbershop chair. What? The whole time, it's Barbershop 2 with Ice Cube, bruh?
I'm out. I'm out.
The whole time? I'm just saying. Why is Queen Latifah in Beauty Shop? I'm done. What?
Well.
They doing girls' hair and dudes' hair and doing fades and lineups.
Mm-hmm.
They getting people ready for prom. I'm just saying. That's what happens.
Yeah, I know.
But then you actually pull up to their house. You're like, hold up, bro.
A whole nother story.
You literally do the lives in the basement full of roaches and butterflies.
Ain't no butterfly gonna be down there with them damn roaches.
I'm just saying.
Hell no.
These motherfuckers double dutching with the rats. So, I need y'all to realize this, and I'm about to bring this into a close because I'm not trying to bore y'all to death. I've been on for about an hour. But I want this to be content that everybody to be able to listen to when they need something to laugh about.
Don't forget about your 3 crypto before we close it.
I know you. I appreciate that. So I'm gonna say this: I'm not gonna always be that guy that's namaste and ashe. I'm gonna need y'all to know that. I'm not gonna sit here and be that person that's gonna sit there and be like namaste, ashe. Eat an asshole in the kneecap. I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna be that nigga all the time. I'm just not. I can't. And the reason why I can't is because I gotta be who I need to be for me. And the reason why I need to be that is because people don't realize that when you are trying to be the change you need to be, they are stuck in this reality of trying to be somebody they're not because they like what somebody else is talking about. How in the hell are you not being who you need to be when you are just listening and self-regurgitating?
I was just going to say, going with the flow.
Yeah, self-regurgitating what this person is talking about when you're not even really feeling what this person is talking about because you're not even listening to what this person is talking about.
Yeah.
You're too busy trying to be the teacher and steal everything that somebody is talking about instead of trying to be the student and sharing to be the teacher that you seek to see and saying, look, I have a platform and I would like to have you on because I know your platform is big, but I'm trying to build my platform and I'm not trying to actually access the build that you have. I'm trying to build my own thing because I think I can express that. And I think you can too. So it's like if you have the opportunity to actually grow my platform, that's great. But I ain't looking for that. What I'm looking for is an opportunity to be able to grow each other and say, hey, I appreciate you and you appreciate me, but let's talk about what you've been doing.
Right.
People don't want to do that.
No, they don't.
Because they want to blame everybody for the downfall that they've been in, that they created. You can't create a downfall and be successful at life and think the downfall is your opportunity to say, I'm going to play victim. I'm going to talk about what happened to me and not talk about the real reason why I haven't gotten out of it.
And I'm going to be stuck-ass Steve.
Yeah, stuck-ass Steve.
Not Scuba Steve. Stuck-ass Steve.
So, the Wanna Cycle, which is created in a hashtag by my brother Sensei. About 3 years ago, I had a Facebook Live that I talked about the teacher and the student. And he said the Wanna Cycle. And this is the wanna thing that everybody gets stuck in because they want to change. They want to be with a better person. They want to do this and they want to do that. And this is the whole proven reason why stuck people never change. You can't be in a changed environment when you're too busy trying to be famous for the environment you created. It's the creation that you created that made you the way you are. But the way you are is not because of the fact that other people treated you a certain way. They treated you for the person that you are. What am I saying? Stop allowing people to change the reality of the situation of life that you live in. We know this place is not somewhere that we all want to be okay with being in. We choose to be here and we choose to allow the bad situations that happen to us because we don't know a way out. I'm going to tell you the way out. Speak to who you need to be and not who you want to be. Be comfortable in the person that you are. Stop relying on things that don't even rely on you. And the reason why they don't rely on you is because you don't understand who the fuck you are. You're too busy worrying about somebody telling you that I need to be this person or I need to be that person or I like how this person is telling me how I need to do things. So guess what? I'm going to continue to do things the way I've been doing them. And you still ain't got nowhere. And as soon as somewhere has gotten somewhere, as soon as that person that you are around has gotten to that position to where they need to be, now you feel like you've been shortchanged. No, you shortchanged yourself years ago when you relied on the person that you knew was better than you. And not because of the fact that they was better than you in the sense of financial or physical or anything else like that. They was better than you because they grew. They grew. They grew past the bullshit.
Yeah.
Just saying. You can't change what you create off of somebody else's inconspicuous bullshit because you didn't recognize the fact that they was full of shit. You can't just do that. But loving somebody in the circumstances that you have created and now realizing that you need to change from that is everything. Because now you're recognizing what you created and what benefit in creating that bullshit has made you be. It made you be a better person. Because you realize that the person that you have pulled into your life and the bullshit that you created has allowed you to be a better person because they made you realize that the person that you always have been has not been genuine. It's been only created based off of what somebody created for you. And you chose to live in that when it was not your own pure thought. It made you be somebody that you didn't even want to be, but yet you are that person because you believe that's what you needed to be. When that's not you. That's not how you feel, especially where you at right now. Because you be in a better position where somebody treats you great and they say, I want you to be you. You don't even know who that person is. So how can you change when you constantly blame, when you're blaming people that created a false reality that is not even yours? It's not your reality. Be who you need to be. If you're a freak, be a freak. If that person don't like the fact that you want to do different shit and whatever, be that. Because that's who you are. But if you don't know what that is and you want to be what that is, what that could be just complete, utter conversation with yourself. Conversate. I understand who you want to be. If you don't know who you want to be, have that conversation with the person that loves you. Because that person going to help you understand who you need to be. Because they're not going to tell you, you need to do this to be who you need to be. What they're going to tell you is what's comfortable for you. Period. That's all I'm going to say about the topic. I think we said enough. I could have been more funny and said some more shit, but I'm not going to.
You did want to bring up your 3 cryptos before we roll out.
So, yes, the 3 cryptos that I'm going to talk about tonight is something that I want y'all to do some research on. And people probably have done some research on only because it's been a trending topic in the down market right now. One in particular, Luna. Luna, and I've talked about this in a podcast probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. Luna is a cryptocurrency that actually took a crap. And then it redid its blockchain so that it could be more secure because it got hacked. Because Luna was at $113. Now it's not even close to that. And everybody is like, oh, why are you talking about this cryptocurrency? Because I think this is the cryptocurrency that is actually going to rebuild the down market. Bitcoin is like barely at 30,000 or just over 30,000 or actually not close to it. It is, but it's like right there at 30. Because the whole market took a downfall based off of the actions or what happened to Luna. You got Terra Classic, which is the old Luna, which is not even at a penny when it was at $113. And then they upgraded the blockchain and they created Terra 2.0, which is teetering around $6 to $8. So the other cryptocurrency I want to talk about is Cardano. Cardano was down, it was at $1 before all this fiasco happened and is now below $1. Cardano is actually going to be the cryptocurrency that everybody's going to be talking about because I think it's going to revolutionize Web3. And Web3 is a secure internet protocol to assist in going through the blockchain and being able to actually secure itself cheaply. So Cardano is the cryptocurrency that I'm invested in that I think is actually going to do something to revolutionize cryptocurrency, as well as Luna. I think Luna is going to rejuvenate itself, and in the next 3 or 4 months, it's actually going to have an upswing instead of a downswing, along with Luna Classic. But that's just me. When it comes to cryptocurrency, that's just me. Do your own research, because I'm not a financial advisor, and take the opportunity to learn more about the whole Luna situation, and then make your own informed decision. What you got, babe?
So you said Luna?
Yes. Luna.
Terra Classic?
Luna Classic.
Oh, okay. And Cardano.
Cardano. Card.
I got it. I'm putting it in the notes.
Okay, bet that. So, with that being said, what you got to say, baby, at the end of the night? It's already 10:01. What you got?
All I got is thank you, everyone, for joining us. The chat was live. I love it. You know, great conversation. You know, topics that y'all want us to touch on. Feel free to hit us up. Hit us up on the That's What I Said page on Facebook. Through there, hit up Said directly. Hit up me directly. We're happy to talk about it, bring it to the forefront, and, you know, make it known what the people want to hear. You know, catch us on all places that you get your podcasts. I'm out from here. Back to you, babe.
All right, babe. So last thing I'm going to say is blaming keeps you from explaining. Blaming keeps you from explaining. Blaming will keep you from explaining the truth about why you are the way you are. Because if you blame other people for what you have become, then you don't need to explain it. You can just blame it on somebody else. Think about that with the people you're around. Think about that even in your own lives. Have we created the person that we are because of somebody else? If not, do we know people that's around us that have? Realize this and understand it. Not saying you need to discredit people. All I'm saying is you need to be aware. Peace and love to everybody. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. It's Saturday. Enjoy it. If you ain't with somebody, enjoy it with yourself, because you are who you need to be, because you are who you are. Period. Love who you are. And if you can't love who you are, that's a problem. It's mental health awareness as well as PTSD awareness. Be aware of those people that suffer from PTSD and other mental illness, and be able to be a beacon of light to them. Peace and love to y'all. I'm out.
That's what he said with Cedric D. Sanders. That's what he said with Cedric D. Sanders.
100% real, raw, and uncut. Deadass.